All right, let's get to Yea Man No Man.
It's time for Yea Man No Man.
Kind of makes me wonder why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like they should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
He's 6'1", not really, from Florida, Kennesaw State, and gives rapid-fire questions. It's the executive producer of the Dukes and Bell Show, Beau Morgan. Brought to you by the W Sauce, America's Worcestershire Sauce. Bigger, better, bolder.
All right, Beau Morgan, what's going on this hump day? How you doing?
Carl, can you hear Beau?
I cannot.
Nor can I. Oh, boy. Here's the thing. Now, whenever there's a technical glitch in the studio, it kind of sets a bad tone for the segment because you're going to be upset.
Yeah, but it's not our fault.
Not his fault. And it's not Beau's fault.
Okay.
It's not Beau's fault.
So,
I believe they've corrected the situation.
All right. Well, how are you doing,
Hey, Beau, how are you?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right.
Let's pretend that never happened.
Dominique, Joe Johnson, Trae Young. There, I gave you my list.
Would you stop it?
Very Hawk-centric top three right there.
Concac's 4, though.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I want to make sure he's covered. And Josh Smith would be the 5th guy, I guess, because you got to shoot it, Shawty.
I wonder if we could do like tonight for the game. What are your bottom three? Your favorite worst NBA players? Like the worst three you've ever seen.
There's a few.
Right. I know. If my dad was alive, he would have had another heart attack when John Starks was shooting all those missing threes. Anyway, Squidbilly continues with Yea Man No Man.
Oh, I was having fun with that. All right, look, we've heard all about Donna Kelce, and she brought her kids cookies and everything at the Super Bowl. That's great. But, I mean, what about Ed Kelce? What about the dad? Well, they had him on their podcast because they have the New Heights podcast, which is Jason and Travis. And Ed talked about how no matter what, he's already won.
Who are you talking to first after the game? The winner or the loser?
Probably the loser.
You have any reason for that, or
Somebody's going to feel pretty crummy.
Yeah.
And I want to be with them initially.
Yeah, Trav said that, Mom can't lose. But actually, Mom is going to lose, and you're going to lose, right? There's going to be a winning and a losing. No?
No, one of you guys are going to lose.
You're not going to lose with one of us? You're only going with the winner?
I have already won, dude.
You've won what?
I'm on the most popular podcast in sports. With my
That's
son.
right. Number one sports podcast in the world.
I've already won. Okay?
Nice.
All the rest of this is just window dressing. All right? You're never going to get the answer you want if we're going to talk about winning and losing the Super Bowl.
Is this not the coolest story, though?
Right.
For the, you know what? Take Travis and Jason out of it because they don't really play against each other, right? But for the parents, I mean, you wake up and you're like, yeah, our two sons are both Hall of Famers, and they're both playing in the Super Bowl at the same time because they're going to be both these guys are Hall of Famers.
They are.
So, I mean, don't you just have to have so much pride if that was, your kids, right?
Right. I mean, I would think like Rondé Barber and Tiki Barber's parents. Rondé's got probably the more closer to getting a shot at Hall of Fame, Carl, at some point by some committee. But those two guys had great careers in the NFL. But this thing is a whole different level.
No, I mean, yeah, Beau said it. I mean, it's one thing to play in the league, to have two Hall of Fame kids from the same family, the same, upbringing. Hey, Mike, there are parents right now that are listening. You raised your kids the exact same way. It happened in my house. Kids turned out completely different.
Right.
Okay? Kids are completely different. And not that they don't, they're humans, they're different human beings, but you raised them the exact same way. You gave them the same, benefits of each other. You disciplined them. You did all the things. One is completely way out there. The other one may be, in his studies or whatever. The point is, both of these guys are like in the NFL, and they're great, and they're both really good dudes.
Right.
It's so uncanny.
Yeah, I mean, Arch Manning's got to feel that same way. Cooper obviously had health issues in college, so his career could never get to the NFL, and now he's got his grandson getting there. But I love the Kelces. I mean, as we said, two rootable dudes. One guy's already in there, but both got rings. And as the dad said, he's the winner, and he was making cracking wise about the podcast. But yeah, and I like that answer. Yeah, somebody's going to be in his bag about losing the game. You go give him a hug.
Yeah, because the other guy's going to be celebrating with his teammates. He doesn't need you. You're going to need the guy that's, all down. All right, I got really irritated on Twitter today.
Oh, shocking.
And you?
No.
Yeah, but this is a really, really good reason. Like, I don't want to go freaky about it. Really, really, really good. And this is really good. some dude, I'm not going to even give him credit because he's a clown, I think. He put out his Little Debbie tier list. Little Debbie snacks.
Ranking Little Debbie snacks.
Yes.
Okay.
So for bad, he had zebra cakes, and then the zebra cake rolls, which are like Swiss cake rolls, but they're zebra cake, and pecan spin wheels. Well, first off, zebra cakes are not bad. They're phenomenal, and who cares about pecan spin wheels? And then he had, in his mid-tier, was Nutty Buddies, Honey Buns, and the chocolate cupcakes. Nutty Buddies are great. The other two, garbage. He had fig bars as good.
Yeah,
okay?
I can't roll with that. Nobody should have a fig bar in a top 3 of anything.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even put Fig Newtons in the top 10.
No. They're not even in the top 30 of cookies. Right. They're not cookies. They're fruit snacks.
I got to be honest, the healthiest thing we ate in my house, Carl, as a child, were Fig Newtons. That was my mom's idea of healthy.
Yeah, I remember the first time I had Fig Newtons, I was like, eh? And it's like, it has fruit in it, whatever. Right. I mean, it just, I wasn't necessarily a fan, and I still am not. I don't know, I can't remember the last time I had a Fig Newton. But I will say honey buns were popular. I remember, I had a couple of uncles that loved honey buns, and they hit me to that. But the pecan thing, you're right, that sucks.
Well, he had his goat status, since we're talking about goats today, was oatmeal cream pies and Swiss rolls.
Okay,
now,
he is absolutely right about both of those.
You can have oatmeal cream pies in there. Swiss cake rolls, I like. But what about the fact that this dude left off, the Christmas Little Debbie snacks, which are GOAT status. They're legendary. And this dude don't got fudge rounds on there. How do you leave fudge rounds off a Little Debbie tier list?
Now, I'm a chocoholic. I have the Swiss rolls higher up. I would have the Swiss rolls in the top 3.
Swiss rolls.
He's got him as GOAT.
That's my jam. Swiss rolls.
Right.
I might fight you over some Swiss rolls.
Right.
Like those are, and the oatmeal, come on, Beau. Those are delicious.
What? No, look, I'm up. Oatmeal cream pies belong in GOAT status.
Okay.
But so do the Christmas cakes, and so do fudge rounds.
The Christmas cakes, I forgot about those.
By the way,
those are the white ones, right?
Let me tell you something. I didn't know. In New York, we had Entenmann's, and then eventually you got Hostess. But I didn't know about Little Debbie till I worked in Virginia, and then it was like the entire snack machine, Carl, was Little Debbie. It was like a whole different world.
There's also one we haven't talked about. There is the Little Debbie that's got the white icing with the chocolate cake inside of it with the white cream.
Chocolate cupcake.
No. That's
something different?
not the cupcake. It's got the white icing on the outside. It's square, and it's got little chocolate chips on top of it. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Little Debbie, and it is absolutely up there in GOAT status.
I'm not familiar with this.
What would be your top 3 Little Debbies?
Well, I've already said Swiss roll is my number 1, Carl. And then I'm not an oatmeal guy, so I'm not going to put oatmeal up there. I like the Nutty Buddy wafer bars. And then the cupcakes would be number 3.
Swiss rolls for me too. Then I am going to go oatmeal cream filled, and then the third one, Beau. It's funny, man. I'm thinking about what was. See, I'm not the fudge. The fudge I was never.
See, the other one, I'm not an oatmeal guy. I like the fudge rounds, which is basically the oatmeal, but it's all chocolate.
Yeah,
with chocolate swirls.
I'm not a fudge. I'd have to do the Christmas. That'd be my third.
See, people forget about the Christmas because they're limited.
Yeah. Yes,
but they are so good. And a couple of years ago, I never got a chance. I could never find it in the store. But they had the Little Debbie Christmas cake ice cream, and I could never find it.
A couple dudes saying on the text line they agree with us on the Swiss rolls. One guy says the donut sticks. You put them in the microwave for about 15 seconds. That's unbelievable.
Okay.
Chris, do you have 3?
You guys got this all wrong.
Well, enlighten us.
Zebra cakes is the clear number 1. Honey bun is number 2.
Honey bun's good.
And the cosmic brownie.
Cosmic brownies are garbage.
Wait. What's the cosmic brownie?
It's just a brownie with like little sprinkles on it.
It's not just a brownie with little sprinkles on it.
You're right.
It's a delicious delight.
By the way, does everybody out there have a preternatural knowledge of the snack machine the way us 3 fat slobs do and Squidbilly who's skinny?
Hey,
are we the
I'm
only
a
guys,
fat kid at heart.
I mean, are we the only guys that are vibing this? The rest of the audience vibing this?
Well, I just got a text that said, shout out to the Christmas cakes. You know the reason I went with this? Because I tweeted this, and they didn't agree with the list. Literally within 30 seconds, I had 7 or 8 responses. People were having this is always a big one. But, Chris, if you want to, just cook a little cinnamon roll thing. You don't need honey. Honey buns are Ugh, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all go for cheap, easy stuff.
Honey buns are fine.
They're garbage.
Honey buns, when you got, especially in the morning, if you ever did morning radio,
Honey buns are great.
the Little Debbie honey buns, same thing. I microwave that for just a few seconds, get a little heat in it, and then with your coffee, delish.
Bo just has an uneducated palate. That's all.
All right, I've gotten.
Palate.
Yeah, nothing says a great
here we
palate
go.
like
Here
a
we go.
honey bun out of a box. Boy, you really showed me there. They're just called chocolate chip cakes. They're chocolate cake filled with cream, covered in white icing, and topped with the chocolate chips. I've gotten like three different tweets telling me what they were. Yeah, those things are phenomenal.
Gotcha.
I'm very passionate about Little Debbie snacks because when I would come home, get off the school bus, my grandparents lived in front of us, and I would go right to my grandmother's. She'd fix me a sandwich, and then I'd have a Little Debbie snack. And she always had the best. No honey buns.
I had a friend in high school. His dad drove trucks for Little Debbie's. And I mentioned this before, and we would go over. It was in high school, it wasn't as a kid, and we would go over, and literally he'd have them stacked up. All the stuff Beau's talking about. Just imagine walking into somebody's house, and literally you walk in, it's like there's boxes upon boxes, and literally they would go ahead, boys. We know you guys want to take some, and you could take whatever you wanted. And so we'd grab a couple of different boxes. So I got a chance to taste a majority of what you're talking about, Beau. But the problem is there's so much. You just laid out like 12 different varieties. I don't remember some of that stuff. I only remember the stuff that I really, really liked.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. Look, it's all preference. I just think it's fun. It's a fun debate because just, honestly, unlike the Michael LeBron debate, with Little Debbie's, there's really no wrong.
There's no wrong
because you don't have to buy the ones you don't like.
Right.
Everybody knows Michael's the GOAT. All right, speaking of the GOAT, my favorite Worcestershire sauce is the W sauce. It's bigger, better, bolder. Get over to WSauce.com, find a retailer near you, and don't forget my friends at the Georgia Hemp Company and the GeorgiaHempCompany.com. They've got you covered for Valentine's Day, so check it out, everything they have, and use the code Squidbilly10. You get 10% off. Turtle, hit my music.
Joshua Willis says, fellas, Star Crunch is 1B to the oatmeal pie 1A.
Oh.
And then Beau Sheep also says, y'all are forgetting about that Star Crunch. Okay, I remember the Star Crunch. See, Little Debbie's was smart, Mike. They put all these different varieties out. They pleased everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I just like my breakfast fried or sugar fried. I like the heat. So I microwave. And the guy who said it, he nailed it. 15 seconds, usually to 20 seconds. Depends. Of course, the radio station calling it an old microwave. But, just get a little heat in that bad boy. You're good to go.